And as our luck would have it, they're located right here in Marseille, just down the coast from where my dear papa had his boat and cabanon.
Yes, Deborah thought. They were lucky that Marseille and Aix were only a 20-minute drive apart, and that while Marseille had a few important companies, most foreigners preferred to live in sleepy, quiet Aix. She certainly did. "Oh, your father has a cabanon?" Deborah asked, trying to make small talk. A sea view. What a dream.
He certainly was,
he said, now laughing again.
A shack that he put up in a weekend and that I sold to a Parisian television producer for 500,000 euros.
Deborah cringed, trying to imagine that kind of money and how much it would help with Cole's travel business. It made her angry with Cole. Why couldn't he figure out how to make money, when even an old fisherman could swindle a suave Parisian? "I added the new color photos of the school's gardens," Deborah said, pointing to the folder. "And I think we can safely tell the LA Industries people that our new science lab will be constructed by the end of this school year. I spoke to the architects yesterday."
"Excellent," Sorba said. "Good work, Deborah. What would I do without you?"
Deborah felt a burst of pride and tried not to smile. "Plus, our new science lab will be a great draw for the parents who work at ITER," she continued. "I'm at work on their presentation right now."
"Oh, yes, ITER, the new nuclear power research station,"
Sorba said, briefly taking his hands off the wheel and rubbing them together.
"I love nuclear power, les cons."
"And the employees are given international diplomacy status, so they don't pay income tax," she added, leaning toward her boss as if passing on secret information. She had picked up the income tax fact while eavesdropping on two math teachers complaining about how little they earned at the bilingual school while having to pay income tax on top of it. Sorba said,
"No income tax. Or the more money for the expats to spend here in Provence."
"But ITER will be located north of Manosque," Deborah said. "That's an hour from Aix, but a lovely part of the Luberon." Sorba rubbed his chin.
"Rats! Some of the families will want to live up there, given the price of housing in Aix."
Deborah bit her lip, now feeling guilty that she had mentioned how far the nuclear plant was.
"I know,"
Sorba said, glancing at her and smiling.
"We'll offer free bus service from Manosque to our school for the kiddies. That way the moms can stay at home and do their yoga."
"Wouldn't that be too expensive?" Deborah asked, picturing the life of a woman who didn't have to work and just go to exercise class and lunch with girlfriends. Sorba touched the side of his head.
"We'll charge them higher tuition," he said. "That's why we never publish the tuition costs on our website. Besides, they're not paying taxes, so they can afford it. It all comes out in the wash, Deborah, and we'll even make money in the deal. I have a meeting later this week with X's mayor. I'll make sure to talk to her about it there."
Deborah looked out the window, thinking of the mayor's office. She imagined, correctly, that it had ceiling frescoes. She thought that Alain Sorba, in his custom-made dark suits, with his handsome face and booming voice, would be a dramatic addition to the mayor's luxurious office. 3 hours later, Alain Sorba was navigating his giant car down the narrow streets of Marseille's oldest neighborhood.
"I can't believe you haven't been to the Bonnet," he bellowed, charged up on what had been a very successful meeting with the multinational helicopter executives.
Haley Industries was expecting a new slew of engineers from Munich and Texas in the next few months, along with their families, naturally. Deborah was happy, too. She had a feeling that her presentation to Haley Industries was top-notch and that she had impressed them. "I've always been a little shy of Marseille," Deborah said, watching the pastel-colored stone walls come within an inch of her window.